morning. Today is September 10th. I'm coming to you from my giant puzzle room in Ontario. For those of you who follow my channel, Puzzling in Two Worlds, you may have wondered where I've been. Well, I've been very busy lately creating an event called the Great Canadian Puzzle Challenge. And for those of you who have tuned into this because you want more information on the Great Canadian Puzzle Challenge, well, that's kind of what I'm going to go through today. Go through a lot of the rules, things that are happening around this event, so hopefully you feel better prepared. And if you registered early, weeks ago, this maybe will get your excitement level up a bit again for this event. So bear with me. I've got papers, everything in front of me to try to go through some of this stuff. So we'll see how we make out. The Great Canadian Puzzle Challenge. This is the very first in-person event run by the Canadian Jigsaw Puzzle Association. How this came about? Well, we ran a number of online competitions throughout the winter and spring of last year. And somewhere around the beginning of April, myself and Amanda, a quick picture of her here, we started talking beginning of April about how cool it would be to have an in-person event. So it sort of started from that. We had spoken with Bruce at Puzzles Canada, as they were our major sponsor on our online events, and just kind of ran it by them to see what they sort of thought. The response was very good. As a matter of fact, Bruce had even suggested that there was a community hall in Georgetown, very close to their store, which might suit this kind of event very well. So as it turns out, it did. We went there, we looked at it. I have a short video on that, which I will show you in a little while here. But so we started this conversation between Amanda and I beginning of April, and then ran it by the rest of the team, Corinne Tremblay, who's part of our admin team out of Montreal, and Lauren Zolpies from Victoria. Corinne will be attending the event. Unfortunately, Lauren is not able to attend the event. Okay, as I mentioned, this is our very first event. We've never done this before. We've never organized an event of this size, scope, magnitude before. So we feel we've got everything covered. We feel good about it, but please keep in mind that we are novices at this, and it's our first go around. So if things don't quite go 100%, just please keep in mind this is our first event. As of today, we have, I believe, 278 different individuals registered into one of the 3 competitions we're running. Just to give you an idea, we have people registered from Whitehorse, Victoria, Red Deer, Halifax, St. Paul, Manitoba, and of course many from Quebec and Southern Ontario. The venue we've chosen for the Great Canadian Puzzle Challenge is the Gellert Community Centre in Georgetown, Ontario. For those of you who may not know exactly where it is, I suggest you look it up on Google Maps and make sure you know how to get there, because it's crucial that you're there in time to register and be seated in time to go for your event when it starts. Why did we choose this venue? This was chosen along with Puzzles Canada, and Puzzles Canada, being a major sponsor for this event, is responsible for getting us the hall for this event. So we want to thank them for that, because without their help, this event probably wouldn't even be happening. They also very instrumental in bringing Ravensburger on board, who is the puzzle sponsor for this event and supplying all of the puzzles that you will be doing during the day. The schedule is very tight, and it's very important that we stay on schedule and we start on time. Otherwise, we won't get through everything in a day. The registration opens at 7:30. As I mentioned earlier, we have upwards of 270 people competing throughout the day. I don't believe everybody's going to show up first thing in the morning, but I expect that there very well could be at least 200 people trying to register before the first round starts at 8:30 in the morning, or before everyone is seated at 8:15. So that we would ask that please come early enough, because there could be upwards of 200 people all trying to register at the same time. So please get there early so that you're able to get through the process, get seated in time for the first round. If you are not coming in the first event and you're coming later in the day, that's fine. The registration table will be open throughout the day. When you register, you will be given a lanyard, and in that lanyard you will find your name tag, you will find a time card for each one of the events you've entered in, you will find a raffle ticket, and you will find a lunch ticket and a schedule. That's what you'll receive when you register. So to hand those all out will take us a little bit of time. So we ask that you come early so that we can get through this process. The rules for the event. Each event has basically the same rules. Really not much changes other than the time allotted for each event. Once you are seated, you will find in front of you a bag which will have a puzzle in it. That bag is not to be opened. You're not to be peeking in the bag, anything like that. That bag is to remain completely closed. Once you're seated, find your time card for the respective event, put it on the corner of your table so that our spotters are able to record your time on them and collect them. We need everybody seated at their table, at their spot, ready to go by 8:15. We will have a short opening ceremony and then get into the first event. The first event is an individual. There is 112 seats, 56 tables, so you will be sharing a table with one other person. Tables being 30 inches in depth, 6-foot tables. You will have 3 feet by 30 inches to do your 500-piece puzzle. And it's important that whether you're using trays, I believe it's 2 12 by 15 trays, or puzzle or foam boards or whatever to sort your pieces on, you may use those, but they cannot encroach on the other person sharing your table. So please keep that in mind. The second event will follow at 11:15. This is the pairs event, 56 pairs. So there again, the only difference between this and the first event is that you and your partner now have the full table to work on, as opposed to sharing as it was in the individual event. Lunch will go from 1:15 to 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. we will start the teams event, we have 40 teams of 4. In some cases there may be 3, but for the most part it will be 4, and they will start at 2 p.m. and finishing at 3:30. After the team event, we will have a championship round, which will consist of the top 20 finishers from the individual in the morning, and they will go again for the ultimate singles championship. So that will start at 3:45. So just quickly to sort of review your morning round individual, these are all 500-piece puzzles supplied by Ravensburger. You'll have 2.5 hours for your first individual round, 2 hours for the pairs round, and 1.5 hours for the team. The championship round, which will comprise of the top 20 finishers in the morning, will have 1.5 hours for their round. Once you are seated, the timer will start. The timer will run continuously for the allotted time for the event. If you need to leave your table at any point during the competition, unfortunately, the timer will not stop. It will continue to run. We will have spotters dispersed throughout the tables. As you get close to finishing, we ask that you put your hand up in the air to let us know that you're near finishing. Then a spotter will come to your table and Once you've put the last piece in, they will record your time on your time card, sign it, and run it up to the front where we will have a computer set up and somebody will be tabulating all of the results. We cannot have any spectators in amongst the tables because it could get quite hectic at times. If you think about the first round, you have 112 people competing. It's very possible that we could have 8 to 10 or more people all finishing within seconds of each other. So our spotters need to be able to move freely amongst the tables without running into anybody. So all spectators will have to remain around the perimeter of the room. They will not be allowed to wander between the tables. Once the timer comes to an end for that particular round, if you have not completed your puzzle, we will ask you to stop puzzling, and our spotters will then come around and count the number of pieces that you have assembled. By pieces assembled, we mean anywhere where you have 3 pieces or more connected. If you have 2 pieces in one area, those are not just together on their own, those are not considered connected pieces. Once you've completed your puzzle, if the timer is still running, there's still time available, we ask that then you collect your things, you get up from your table and move out into the hallway or to the perimeter, thus giving more space for our people to work, as well as we ask that you be respectful of noise and chatter and talk so that the people still competing are able to compete the same as you did when you were competing. If you have time between rounds, you're free to leave the building, go wherever you want. Puzzles Canada will be open. They're not far away. They will be open. They will be staffed. If you haven't been to their store, it really is a must-see. It is a wonderful place. They have an amazing selection of puzzles, and we welcome anybody who has the time between rounds to drop by, check it out, and to maybe spend a little bit of money. You can always use with more puzzles. Some of the fun things that'll be happening throughout the day, we'll have raffle prizes. We've got numerous raffle prizes. We've had some great donations, so we will be giving away a lot of prizes throughout the day. In order to collect a prize, you need to have your name tag with you. If for whatever reason, if you're in the individual event in the morning and then not staying for the remainder of the day, then we suggest that you give your name tag to a friend who's still there so that they're able to collect a prize on your behalf should your name be drawn. We will not be shipping out any raffle prizes at all. They must all be collected the day of the event. Lunch will be supplied. You will find a lunch ticket in your packet as well. You will need to present that as you go through the line for lunch. It will be an assortment of sandwiches and drinks. Also, we have another little treat. My wife will be down there. My wife is a Thai massage expert, and she has offered to come down and to offer neck and shoulder massages for people between rounds. So she will be set up. She's not being paid to attend this event. She's doing this on her own. She will do little 10-minute stints of neck and shoulder massages for anybody who feels a little tight or stressed after their round. As I mentioned, she's not being paid to do this, but she will have a tip basket there. So please, if you are thinking you're going to want a massage, bring along a little bit of cash so that you're able to help her out and make her day a success as well. Our competition is following 1 week after the world competitions, which are being held in Spain. I believe we have about 6 participants, or somewhere around that, I'm not exactly sure, that are attending Worlds and then attending our competition afterwards. This may be a great opportunity if you're ever thinking of Worlds to chat with these people to see what their experience was like, and maybe this is something that's on your bucket list someday to attend and to enjoy. So there's an opportunity to discover more about that as well. After the final event, we will have a closing ceremonies. We will have a number of prizes, awards to give out. So we encourage people to stick around to the end as much as possible so that they're able to collect their prize should they be winning one, and or support those people who are collecting prizes at the end of the day. As I mentioned at the top of this video, this is our first time ever doing this event. We are confident that it's going to go well. We believe we've covered everything off. We hope it goes extremely well. It is a competition, but it's a fun competition. When you think about it, anytime you're pulling together 278 or so puzzle lovers together in one room, it's going to be a fun day. And that's the whole idea. This is for fun. There are people that will walk away with prizes for the speed that they're able to do a puzzle, but we want as many people as possible to feel that they've enjoyed the day. That's why we will be supplying lunch, a lot of raffle prizes, and so on and so forth, to try to ensure that everybody has a fun time. So we ask that you keep that in mind, that this is a fun event, even though it is somewhat competitive. We hope to make this an annual event. A lot of that will be determined after the fact based on how this goes, on how everything works out. We will be supplying surveys and asking you to fill out a survey so that we're able to take your feedback from this to see what we've done right, what more we could do, and or how we could do things differently moving forward. So we'll encourage people to please fill out the survey, as it's in everybody's best interest. So for those of you who are attending this event, who may have registered a long time ago, I hope this gets your excitement level up a little bit again, and we're excited about it. We believe that it's going to be a great event. And we encourage people to take a lot of photographs, video, whatever, share it as much as you want on all of social media. Let's get the word out there that just what a good event it is. And for those of you who are members of my puzzle channel, who are subscribers to my puzzle channel, and I'm wondering where I've been and what I've been doing, well, this is kind of what I've been up to. We welcome you to follow along, watch the event. We will be posting videos and pictures after the fact and sharing how the event went. So we encourage you to tune in to see that. And for those of you who are tuning into my channel the first time to learn about the Georgetown event, I encourage you to join my puzzle channel. Follow me along in my adventures of puzzling. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if this is something that interests you. Feel free to hit the like button, give me a like. Any comments are welcome. I answer all comments I can. You can either comment here or you can comment through the CJPA Facebook page, whatever works for you. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. And for all of the people attending the event, we'll see you in Georgetown, and it's going to be a great day. Talk again soon. This is the Gellert Community Center in Georgetown. As you can see, we've got all sorts of parking. Parking won't be an issue for us. On the left side is the swimming pool, and that little roof here, the little square part on the top of the roof on this side, that is the hall we have got rented for the puzzle competition. So people can come in through this way here. There's a good entrance. Like I say, there's lots of places for loading, unloading of tables, whatever we need, but it should be good. I think this is quite good. So just going to take a quick peek inside before we head out. Just trying to give everybody a good idea of what we've got. As I mentioned before, we have a good seating area. There's probably not too much space over there, but this will be nice for relaxing in between. Here they have something set up here. This is pretty much what we will do. We will set up our registration tables. There's coat racks, and out back there is seating area, and look out this way. There's an exit door out here. There's tables, picnic tables. There's a nice patio there, so if it's a nice day, there's lots of rooms for people. We have Kinsman Hall A and B.